Welcome to the Mint Report, our wrap-up of the day's business news. Here are the top stories. Flipkart acquires rival firm letsbuy.com. India's current account deficit is expected to rise, and markets make gains after early losses. First off, there's a shake-up in India's young e-commerce industry. Flipkart, the country's biggest e-commerce firm, has made an acquisition that could indicate a phase of consolidation. Flipkart Online Services has acquired online electronics retailer letsbuy.com. The deal is estimated to be worth between $25 and $30 million. Flipkart hasn't said how much it paid the acquisition but has claimed it came at an attractive price. In other news, India's balance of trade is getting worse. The government now expects the current account deficit to reach its worst levels in 8 years. Its new estimate is 3.5% of GDP for the year ending March. Commerce Secretary Rahul Kullar said exports remain sluggish thanks to low demand from Europe and the US, both struggling with economic problems. According to new figures, merchandise exports grew 10.1% in January to $25.4 billion. But that was no match for imports, which went up 20.3% to $40.1 billion. The yawning gap translates into a trade deficit of $14.7 billion. The government expects the trade deficit for the entire year to stand at about $160 billion. In the previous fiscal, it was just $104 billion. And finally, it was a volatile session on the markets on Thursday. Shares lost ground through much of the day only to stage a strong comeback later on. The Sensex finished trade 123 points higher at 17,831 and the Nifty rose 44 to 5,412. Banks made gains on Thursday, with most of them outperforming the indices. HDFC Bank jumped 2.79% on the BSE to 522 and ICICI Bank gained 2.14% to 940. State Bank of India made a more modest gain of 0.3% to end at 2,182. It was a day of mixed outcomes for stocks of auto companies. Tata Motors surged ahead 2.57% to 257, while Maruti Suzuki trailed behind with an advance of just 0.21%. But not all shares ended in the green. Indeed, the country's biggest firm RIL went into decline. Its shares dropped 0.63% to 853 and telecom giant Bharti Airtel lost 1.13%, with investors still disappointed with its earnings announcement the previous day. And that's all we have for you. Thanks for watching.